Good day, everybody. Meteorologist Robert Spetta here with WesternPacificWeather.com. It is currently the 1st of May 2011, so happy May Day out there, everybody. And we are looking at two areas of convection going on out in the Western Pacific right now. I really do want to talk about. We're going to start off with this Invest 93W here, just off of south of Kwajalein and southeast of Guam out in this region here near about 160 east. Actually, a lot of convection with this, and some of the ASCA imagery is showing a very weak, elongated circulation with this overall area of convection. Not looking at too much development out of it right now, but in the coming days as it continues to track off towards the west with the easterlies here, you could see some potential for some very weak development out of this. So we're just going to kind of dive into that, and also going to dive into this large area of low pressure, once again moving across much of Japan here today, bringing some rain showers and thunderstorms to much of the island. But as stating about this convection 93W here with the microwave imagery just showing a lot of widespread convection throughout the entire region here, but a lack of circulation is really developing at this time. And as stating though, ASCA imagery kind of is indicating elongated circulation. Now, we only got a half of a pass here. I'll just show you on the last pass here from the ASCA satellite. From the polar orbiting satellite here, you can see some slight cyclonic circulation here, basically that southerly wind becoming easterly here up to the north. And overall, that's kind of indicating, but only half indicating, that there is a cyclonic circulation here. We would need another pass here on this side. Unfortunately, the northerly pass, this is a southerly pass, but the northerly pass did not do that and give us kind of a confirmation on the circulation here. So you're going to have to wait till one actually comes directly over this center here to actually get some good confirmation from this ASCAT satellite. If you don't know what this is, it's actually basically satellite taking radar beams off the surface of the water and indicating the motion of the waves and the height of the waves, thus indicating the wind direction and wind speed. But also as stating anything that would develop at this time and move off towards the west, basically going to move due west with the easterlies here, as you can see right in here, the overall background flow heading straight towards the PI. So Palau and possibly Mindanao and Visayas here could see some increase in precipitation later on this week, but especially on the 5th into the 6th. Now, a lot of the models are kind of split on the development of the system, if any development at all, but noting here with GFS, actually another 5 days, all the way out to the 5th, there is some slight development here southwest of Guam. I'm not sure if this is going to be pertaining to the same system, but going through the whole model slides right in here, it does look like this whole overall banding of precipitation here in the easterlies kind of remains laying out through this region until it finally begins to just spin up here on the 5th. Also GFS spinning up something as well, but a little bit farther off towards the west. Here on the 4th and on to the 5th, it actually drifts over the central Philippines right in here, and it ends up moving over towards the South China Sea onto the 6th. So we're going to continue to watch this, especially since wind shear below 10 degrees north. It's not extremely hostile, especially once you move towards the west, towards Palau here and over the Philippines here, about 5 to 10 knots of wind shear. But once you move north of 10 degrees north, actually this line right here, it really becomes very hostile, up to 20 to 30 knots of wind shear. So really, I strongly and do not expect any development of any tropical systems north of that. But you basically do have to get up north of that to start to get some Coriolis force to develop any tropical cyclone activity, period. So that's one thing I do want to mention. So any weak activity that would come out of this wave right in here is not really going to form up until it gets here west of Palau and basically starts to get up near that 10 north line. But I do want to continue to watch that area of convection for any possible development in the future. Sea surface temperatures down here are warm enough to spark some development south of Visayas rate in this region. You do see sea surface temperatures above 80 degrees, but also noting north of that, especially north of Luzon, sea surface temperatures still in the 60s and the 70s all up throughout this region here. So as stating though, if you get anything farther north than right in this area here, you're not going to see any development because of increased wind shear and low sea surface temperatures. So kind of the sweet spot, it would be right here just off the east coast of Visayas and Mindanao here. So I think we should continue to watch that in the coming days, especially out to the 4th and the 5th. But currently looking north here over much of Japan, extending out towards Okinawa, Taiwan, and China here, we have a stationary front extending off of this. A large low that's moving over the Sea of Japan right now, once again just creating widespread rain showers for much of the island. As shown here on this KMA surface analysis here, this was shown actually at 0Z, so 8 o'clock this morning, widespread thunderstorms over much of the Korean Peninsula and rain showers over the islands of Japan here. But that is moving off towards the east here, and actually this surface analysis a few hours old right now, so much of this cold front is moved over the island at this time. As shown on the radar right here for all of Japan here from JMA, Hokkaido's still getting some occlusion effect up here, especially some of the wraparound here could get some ocean effect snow way far up here along the east coast of Honshu, or excuse me, Hokkaido, but much of the cold front has moved off. Actually already seeing the rain starting to end here, Kanto Plain where I am, and also noting the extending stationary front going down here towards Taiwan though, we are seeing a lot of precipitation on that over Okinawa and the Ryukyu Islands here, especially in the case of thunderstorms. Actually, if we zoom in on Okinawa, there are some bandings right in here. Actually, do have a few bow echoes kind of forming. Very weak bow echoes, but the potential for severe weather is there. But good news, it's well offshore and not really going to affect any populations. It continues to drift off towards the east here. So the weather looks like it's already passed for the worst part here in the Ryukyu Island. Going to have some leftover rain showers passing through until the high starts to origin from the west. And we begins to push the stationary front a little towards the south here, as shown on this JMA analysis from Japan now, just showing the stationary front and the cold front. This is also analyzed as 0Z, so kind of have some placement still out over here, but noting this high is going to origin towards this direction. Now also noting this is kind of make a stationary front linger over much of Taiwan and continue to see precipitation there as well, as shown out here on the CWB's radar. Just noting that all this precipitation localized over northern Taiwan and Taipei will drift towards the south and kind of build up along the western side of the island. That is all for right now, everybody. Thanks once again for listening to WesternPacificWeather.com. I do want to note I did make some changes to the website, so if you go to the link below or just go to www.westernpacificweather.com, you can check out those new changes as well, added some new charts too in there. And also noting, if you do want to subscribe to this channel, please click here. And also do have another channel called Quake SOS as well, and if you click down here, you can also subscribe to that channel as well. But that is all for right now though. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post in the comment box below or at westernpacificweather.com. And also remember, you can always email me with those as well. So thanks again for listening and have a great day.